This is very important, but just a little caution. Know what you can do, that's a clue, and it's true. Yo, don't wanna brand this water, make your life better. Do the right thing. Do the right thing. You got to do the right thing. Do the right thing.
You've been great, saying you want more. The sound is hype, and we're sure that you feel real good when you're part of a kid and play adventure. I think it's time to make your turn. Say it is, it's your turn to do things you've always wanted to. Get the jam, but can't blame you.
She trying not to spill her drink.
Say it here, work it out. Oh,
She trying not to spill her drink. That's all that boiled down to.
Right. Listen close, don't blow this
All right,
next to.
All right.
All right.
Welcome.
This look like 1,000 people in the last.
I know, right?
Look good, don't it?
Look good.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, saints and sinners,
Pimps and hoes.
mains and sides.
That's my language.
Welcome to another award-winning edition of Grownman Conversations.
That's right.
Right here at Sports.
You DJ.
This is what happens when you let your cousin work.
Turn my mic up.
Check one. Oh, Lord.
Here we go.
All right.
We ready?
All right, we gotta start this thing over, y'all. You know we filming it for TV. So
Sam, get the duct tape.
start it over, Tom.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, saints and sinners,
Pimps and hoes.
mains and sides. Welcome to the award-winning Grownman Conversations right here at Sports One, Charlotte,
North Carolina.
owned and operated by Peter Thomas.
That's right.
We're up inside of the building doing what we like to do, and that's politic. Kick the Willy Bobo, take it from up under the rug, put it on the floor, and let's have some grown folk conversation. Now,
We call it the lost art of conversation too.
why?
Because the conversations get lost in the art sometimes, and then people don't like to talk. So we like to set a platform so that we can come, we can all give our opinions. It's a non-judgment zone,
Right.
and we can do that truth talk.
A lot of y'all use emojis more than y'all talk. And it's hard to decipher them emojis, some of them. Instead of picking up the phone, you just send more emojis. So here, no emojis. It's just good grown folk conversation. We got a hot topic, and everybody weigh in. We call it a no judgment zone. Ain't nobody worrying about the right or wrong answer.
Right.
The only thing we worried about is your participation.
And your truth.
Because the #1 fear in the United States before death and before being shot is standing in front of people in public and speaking. So that's why we clap every time that you chime in, every time that you say something, we clap and applaud. Not because we agree or we disagree, but we appreciate you being a part of what we're doing. So, Y Square, we got to go around the room and get everybody's name.
That's right. We like to make everybody feel family up in
It's
here.
personal. It is
know
family.
who you are when you're giving your feedback.
This is a dysfunctional family,
Yeah, we are.
but it's family.
That's right.
So you got the quarters. You can start over there on your side.
Okay, over here.
Yeah.
All right, let me get over here on this side. So who's in the building? Name, sir.
Brother Jay, what'd you say?
All right, y'all. Brother Jay is in the building. Say, hey, Brother Jay.
What up, Brother Jay?
Brother Jay, what you say? And this lovely couple right here. Can I get your name, please?
Amber.
Y'all say what's up to Amber. Amber's in the building.
Hey, Amber.
All right, and who is Amber right beside Amber?
Thomas.
All right, say what's up to Thomas, y'all.
What up, Thomas?
What up?
Thomas gonna get deep. He got that unk around his neck.
Yeah.
Thomas gonna drop something tonight, baby.
Happy birthday.
What's your birthday,
Oh,
Thomas?
happy birthday, Thomas.
Celebrating that born day, man.
Yeah.
We got a special drink for you.
That's right.
Help you chime in. Tell him your name, sir.
Sam, how you doing?
Y'all say what's up to Tab.
My DJ. That's my DJ.
Why don't you get that back table?
Yeah, let's go over here to the back table. See who's over here in the back. What's your name, sir?
Scott P.
Scotty P is in the building, y'all.
Yeah.
And who is this Asian princess back here? Shakia. Y'all say what's up to Shakia, aka Faith in the building. What up, Shakia Faith.
Hey, Shakia Faith.
Alright, and what's your name, love?
Candace.
And y'all, Candace is in the building tonight. Say what's up to Candace.
Hey, Candace.
Alright, and Tonex over to you.
Tell me your name, sir.
Mr. Bly.
Y'all say what's up to Mr. Bly.
Mr. Bly.
Tell me your name, mama.
Sean.
Y'all say what's up to Sean.
Sean.
Tell me your name, young man.
You shine like one.
Justice. Y'all say what's up to Justice.
Justice. That's my baby.
Okay.
That's my
There you
son.
go. Tell me your name, mama.
D. Glenn.
Y'all say what's up to D. Glenn.
D. Glenn.
Tell me your name, baby girl.
Nadine.
Y'all say what's up to Nadine.
Hey, Nadine.
That's a classic name, right?
That's right.
Nadine, baby. Tell me your name, sir.
My name is Timmy.
Y'all say what's up to Timmy.
What's up, Timmy?
Timmy got that good credit score.
Yeah.
Tell me your name, mama.
Hello, my name is Miranda.
Y'all better say hey to Miranda.
Hi, Miranda's in the building.
Not Miranda, because if you say that, she'll cut you. It's Miranda. What's your name, sir?
Shannon.
Y'all say what's up to Shannon. Shannon. Shay Strong. I know your name, sir. Say what's up to Bruce.
Bruce the tax man.
So nice they had to name him twice.
Right, who we need to see right now.
One of my favorite nephews right here. Tell me your name, man.
Quiet.
Quiet.
Quiet as kept.
Y'all say what's up to Quiet.
What's up, Quiet?
Tell me your name, good brother. This is Ty.
Hey, Ty.
Y'all say what's up to Ty.
What's up, Ty?
You can tell Ty living right. You can tell by his beard. It's got waves in it.
Let's get that celebrity bar staff in the back.
Y'all say what's up to Riri.
Riri, y'all. Rihanna's in the building.
Y'all say what's up to Rachel.
Rachel. Deluxe. And y'all, what's up from here?
There she go. Y'all say what's up to Sheena.
Sheena, Yellow Bunny, aka Keisha Cole.
In the back, y'all say what's up to Shiny Nick.
AKA Lauren Hill. Okay.
We got one more.
Yep.
We got him.
Yep. Look.
He backing up
Come on in the Grownman Conversations.
Go on
You're part of the
inside. Fresh to
family.
death.
Come on, sir. Come on in.
Wearing everything I wish I could wear.
And what's your name, sir?
Wouldn't look
Can I
like
get
that
your
on
name?
me.
Sean.
Ooh, y'all, Sean is in the
Sean.
building. Sean.
Yolanda, get away from him.
Okay. All right.
I'm telling you, you're doing too much. I should have went and asked him his name.
I know, right?
Need you all over there in his space.
That's Sean.
Yolanda, all of this. What? Get over here.
I know. I'm
Get over here. Ask me my name.
stumbling and everything.
My name Tonex.
That's right.
Been with you 22 years.
You sure have.
You
baby.
remember me?
I do, baby.
Sean, find a seat, because you're messing shit up right
Come
now.
on in, have a seat. Oh, and who is with Sean? What's your name, love?
Came in here and stirred up shit.
Adrian.
In a white
Oh,
tee.
y'all, Adrian Freeman is in the building. Sean and Adrian. Come on in and have a seat.
He got on a white tee and stirring up shit. I used to do that.
Keyword.
80, 92-ish. I was killing her. She's still over there talking.
He bringing more people in here, y'all. Okay? It's about the promotion of Grownman Conversations. Yeah, that's what he's talking about.
But you the Harriet Tubman of Grownman Conversations. You got people bringing people into the underground railroad.
That's what Sean.
They're bringing more people in, more folks.
In the Grownman Conversation.
There's more of them coming in here.
Yes, it is.
We got to answer them. We do. So look, I'd like to have everyone's attention, please.
Yes, yes.
Tonight's topic comes in part from my young man, grown man. I saw him in the bathroom, in the shower. He's a grown man.
Yes, he is. Our first one.
Yeah, I caught him coming out the shower. I'm like, boy, look,
Why you pouring my job?
you'll kill him at the prom and you still could come. So he was like, you know, something. And before I say this, how many people here got kids? Raise your hand.
Raise your hand if you have children.
Whether you know or you don't. You could guesstimate. Be like, Tone, I got one in Phoenix. Oh, but they don't know me. They don't know me. So he was like, listen, what would you? Oh,
Y'all can come on in and have a
Come on
seat,
in.
and then we'll spotlight it. Yeah, good. Hang out.
come on in, Sean.
Yeah, we got some more people. We're gonna introduce them as they come in. What's your name, sir?
Name Kevin Jevanetti.
Say what's up to Kevin Jevanetti, y'all.
Y'all better say what's up to Kev.
All right. We got the Workhouse Chronicles in the building. Let me see who's behind the poster. What's your name?
Bianca, how you doing?
Say what's up to Bianca.
Bianca.
What's your name?
Tania.
Tania. Say what's up to Tania, y'all. Tania. All right, you guys have walked in on Grownman Conversations. We do this every Tuesday night here at Sports One in Charlotte, and it is the Lost Art of Conversation, a platform where we get together and talk. And then after that, we spotlight the black businesses and people who are in the building who you need to be connected with. Also, we're gonna get y'all. Y'all have a seat and come be a part of the conversation with Grownman Conversations.
You ain't been this talkative.
I know that's Sean in the building.
I see Sean and shook some shit up.
Thank you.
Now he dropping cards. Give me that goddamn card. Give it here.
Here you go, Daddy.
Give it here.
Here you go, Daddy.
Know what the hell he done rolled
All
on
right,
the back.
Sean and the crew, y'all go ahead and have a seat. Y'all can sit in.
Cold shit on him. You hold a black light
We
up to
see
it.
Shannon sliding into the
You
building.
put a black light up to it, an 800 number.
And what's your name, man? Glory. And Shannon and Glory. Shannon is a regular at Grownman Conversations.
Yeah.
We got Shannon and Glory in the building. Yes, you did. Thank you. Okay, back to the show.
Sean bought the sexy crew in here, ain't he?
He did.
That look like a little Telemundo crew.
See?
You know everybody look good on Telemundo. Ain't nobody ugly on Telemundo. You can't find one.
Right.
The whole network, cameraman. So,
Alright, so back to the topic so that way we can get everybody's attention.
so I want to have everybody's attention. This is a fun topic tonight.
Yes. And we do ask that you please keep your table conversation down to a minimum. As you see, we are filming and taping. And we are taping this for TV. So
Right.
keep the conversations down so we can all hear the feedback.
So here's the topic. So my son said, yo, a lot of times parents, they do things different in front of the kids. They got code words.
Yeah?
The stuff they try to sweep up under the rug. Sweep.
Sweet.
Stuff they try to sweep up under the rug. Stuff you try to hide. Stuff you consider life lessons. So my son was like, what is appropriate to show in front of your kids? I started thinking, a lot of the stuff that I do that I wouldn't want you to know, you already found out about. So I'm behind the 8 ball, and your mama too. Because you just ain't gonna leave me out here on the island by myself.
You're right.
So once again, by show of hands, how many people got kids? All right. I guess we'll break it down into categories.
Yeah, and then he went on to say, because that was part of it, but he went on to say within that, Mom, what is the difference between me being grown and grown? Because there's certain times when I'm grown, and y'all are cool with what I do, and y'all are cool with how I do it. And then there's certain times when I tell you I'm getting ready to go hang with a friend, or I'm gonna be somewhere, and you'll tell me, don't do the same thing that maybe I just did with you all. So what is grown? Because I've been going between that stage of letting him go. He's basically 21, almost 21, and I've been trying to let him go, but hold him back a little bit, but let him go, but hold back. So that kind of went into the conversation too. I mean the topic too.
And then he can have some Jack Honey with us.
Right.
But then we don't want him having no Jack Honey
He
with
can't
nobody
drink.
else.
Exactly. Now when he's around the house and when he's with us, you know, we will give him a little sip. I mean, that's what we
That's
do.
what you do.
He's responsible. You do it too.
I don't give him no little
Yeah,
sip.
you give him
I don't do that, Yolanda. Don't put me in that.
You
I'm telling you, don't get that boy that.
Yes,
Don't get that boy no honey. You don't need that.
He gives him Jack Honey.
You don't need that. So parents, I guess we break it down. Because there's different things, I guess, when it comes to your kids
Right.
that we do different. We might as well talk about the S one first. Sex. Do you keep that away from your kid, or do you give that to your kid, or that's going to be a life lesson for them? Raise your hand. Let's start it off.
Keep it away.
Let's
Raise
start it
your-
off. If you say you keep it away from your kids, raise your hand.
My hand is up for the keep away.
Yolanda's hand is up.
Who
She said
else
keep it
did?
away from your kid.
Yes.
Scotty P say hide.
Hide it.
Quiet say keep it away from your kid.
Keep it away.
Go see why Quiet say keep it away so we
Let
can
me
start
see.
it off.
Let's get some of this feedback down here. It is Shannon. That's right. Shannon. All right, Shannon. Why do you say keep it away from kids?
Because they're 6 and 4 years old, so yeah, it's too early. We don't do that.
Right, see, his kids are 6 and 4 years old.
But that's too early.
But mine is 20. And I still want him.
20 and 9, Yolanda. Don't forget about the other one.
I think you gotta share that. When they're teenagers, they're of age, especially our kids are picking up this
When you say share that, do you mean share the conversation or share the idea that it's okay for him to have sex?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying open the dialogue.
Yeah, okay. Okay, gotcha. Clap it up for Shannon, y'all. And we do open the dialogue at home. The dialogue is pretty much, you better keep that in your pants.
That's your dialogue.
And don't bring no babies home. You know what it is when you have sex. And I also want you to be clear of any diseases. And the female that you do decide to have sex with, I would really love for her hopefully to be your wife one day. I don't need you to have a whole bunch of coochie.
You can forget that.
Right like that. But that's just me.
Yeah, that sounds good. He's 20 years old. He's a dancer. He's handsome.
Yeah.
He bowling.
Yeah.
He packing. And he moving to Atlanta. You can forget about that.
All right.
I mean, God is good, but come on.
Okay, well let's see what other folks got to
Because
say.
you know what I'm telling. You know what my advice be.
All right, you got a comment with Bly?
Mr. Black, do you hide it from him?
It depends. Boy and girl. I have 4 girls and 1 boy. 26, 20, 19, 18, and 17. It depends on at the age level, like my man was saying, at the age level, you be able to ease it into that sexual content, right? So once you're able to start that content, either they're gonna want to know it, you want them to know it from you instead of from the streets. So what I did with my girls, because my girls are older, is that they need to come to mom and dad before they know anything. Even though we're gonna bring it to them first, because I don't want no grandkids, even though I got 2, but I don't want no grandkids from my other 3. So it's the level of where you want to have that conversation. Depending on how it is. So I don't have
I hear age being involved. Y'all clap it up.
Clap it up.
If you wait till they get in their teens, haven't they already been exposed to images by television, information through the media, and that smartphone is a monster. So when do you start combating what they seeing on a daily basis?
We got another comment over here. Oh, Justice?
You say you got another comment?
Okay.
Nah, I was just about to say the same thing as he said. I was always taught when I was younger, don't let the streets raise you before you do. So I would say just let them know about, you know, sex and everything that comes with it before the streets do. Because the streets gonna make it seem like a sensationalized, you know, thing to do. So you gotta teach it the ins and outs, the bad points too.
The ins and outs.
Clap it up, y'all.
No pun intended.
That's it, teacher. Yeah.
You got a comment, right?
Okay, Shannon, give me your feedback.
Well, Yolanda, I come from a different perspective. And I grew up without parents. And the streets kind of had to raise me in a sense. So there were a lot of things that I had to learn the hard way. After I became an adult, I started to realize, damn, if somebody would have told me. Damn, if somebody would have told me. So when I had kids, I made sure everything was a learning opportunity. So they wouldn't have to say, I wish somebody would have told me. The minute they realized they had wee-wees or private parts, we talked about it. The minute they learned what a gang was or saw one on TV, we talked wee-wees when you little. You know, we talked about what a woman was, what a man was, and over the years, it was no surprise. It's just been evolving as they've grown. The conversation may get stronger now that they're adults. I can really let it all hang out, but the education started at birth.
All right. Y'all clap it up for
Clap
Shannon.
it up for Shannon. Shannon.
Education starts at birth.
She was learning about them wee-wees.
That's right. All right, and our son Justice had a comment.
I
I feel personally, since I do have a little brother, he's 9, like, he came up to me and he was like, Justice, why do all these guys in my school only care about girls being thick? And London is 9, so he doesn't even know what that means.
London ain't tell us that.
Because I'm his brother. Because I'm his brother. He's gonna come to me. So I told him, that's not what matters. She gotta be smart. She gotta have. She gotta be pretty in the face. She gotta know how to be nice. It's not all about all that thick. So my point is, you should start talking to them about it when they bring it up to you. So like he's 9, so I'm not gonna go into detail, but I'm gonna go like, he knows not to kiss. He knows not to do certain things like that. But yeah, you should bring it up when they bring it up to you.
All right, clap it up for our son Justin. He's already having a sex talk with our 9-year-old.
I'm glad he didn't ask his dad. Why all them boys in my school, daddy, you talk about females gotta be thick. Like, boy, sit down.
Right.
Let me
Let's go
school
see
you.
what some of the folks in the back got to think about
Let
this
me
topic.
school you. Bruce. Quiet. Do we hide it from them or do we expose it to them?
All right.
When is it too late?
You gotta expose it.
What you say?
You gotta expose it to them.
Why you gotta expose it
I
to
think
them?
it's important, you know, our knowledge is power, and the conversations and the level of conversation is a totally different aspect. Obviously, you can't have I got a 5-year-old. Obviously, I don't want to go deep with a 5-year-old, but his body parts and understanding that nobody can touch his body parts or the importance of it is necessary.
There you go.
Of course, I think he already loves women, so so it's important to have that conversation too. Around touching on little girls, you know. So I think it's a conversation that needs to be had early.
Nice. I told my 20-year-old, it's some philosophies in sex that's backwards. I told Justice, I said, you ever heard your boys talk about they got some head, but then they put the condom on and had sex? That's the dumbest shit I ever heard in my life. If you got some head and she ain't have a condom on and you ain't even checked her mouth, and you don't think you can get STD through the mouth, and then you gonna put a condom on, like the head is fair game, that's neutral. But the condom is when it starts. You always behind it. If you gonna roll the dice, roll the dice. If you ain't have no condom on with the brain, obviously you ain't using your brain, so go ahead and finish it out.
No, you don't. You put that condom on.
You already behind the 8 ball.
That's okay.
What's the condom gonna do if the mouth messed up?
And if her mouth was bleeding, you should have been able to feel that when you kissed it, because you can taste some blood, and if her mouth tastes nasty.
What kind of?
Easy. If you got some blood in your mouth and you tongue kiss somebody, you gonna taste something. So then you gonna know, don't give me no head. But
just go out Rite Aid and get your dental dam. And watch how sexy the female is when you tell her you getting ready to put a piece of plastic between her legs and lick it so you won't get no disease. Because that's what it's for.
You don't need to put that down on the woman now. I mean,
that's the dental dam. That's what it's for.
Oh no, that's not gonna work.
See what I mean? See what I mean?
To have sex.
Double standard.
To penetrate. It is.
Double standard.
And we can talk about that later.
Hold on, Shannon. She got her hand up. You know she got
Shannon.
You know she got
Let's see if anybody on this side of the room right quick got any comments before we go back up.
Yeah, before I move back. Everybody on the sex talk.
Come on now, I know y'all know the sex talk with children.
When is it too late? You can't let them do about the TV.
You all have children, right? Did you say you have children? So how did you handle that? Is your 20-year-old sexually active? Virginity. Okay, me. Mine is virgin too.
That you know
We're the
about.
same boat. Exactly.
That you know about.
He better be. He better be. He ain't a head virgin.
He a
He a
virgin.
cootie virgin.
He a virgin in your eyes.
He ain't got that wet.
Because you his mama, and that's your firstborn, and I understand.
That's right. And it's Grownman Conversations, so we say the real, and he's basically grown now, so, bam. You know, don't get that wet, but
Why is you talking about some wet, Yolanda?
Oh, sorry. Okay, Shannon.
Sound like Tom got some work to do tonight. I guess she was really into it, girl. Get you. Oh, you did it. Anyways, back to the right. I win. Anyways, Tom said if you use the condom for the wet and then use it for the brain, you might have to disagree with that because you know there is oral herpes and you know ulcers, but you don't hear about too many people with chlamydia and gonorrhea in their mouth, or you know AIDS. You can't catch AIDS through saliva. You know what I'm saying? But there are some things going around in the inside of the inside parts that you can't see, taste, feel, and so I mean, I would say go ahead, maybe roll the dice on the brain, but that way, no, don't unless you just know what you know everything. But don't, it's okay to get some brain. But don't be playing with that other part.
All right, y'all clap for Shannon.
Clap it up for Shannon.
She said it's okay to get the brain, but not
sometimes.
Well, the real deal is you're supposed to put the condom on first.
Yeah.
And even if you get oral sex, you're supposed to have the condom on too.
Right. But how fun is that? Or saran wrap. I heard instead of a condom that I've heard cases of people put saran wrap or mail.
Saran wrap?
Yeah.
You trying to get somebody to toe off.
You take a little bit of that clean, that plastic saran wrap and you put it right there. No. I ain't even gonna explain it because I ain't never had no saran wrap.
We ain't never had no saran wrap.
So you put the little saran wrap right there and it's so thin, and then if you touch it, you know what I'm saying? Like you start doing what you do, and it'll work, and it'll feel like it'll get wet. You'll get wet.
This young lady sit down.
Okay.
Because she like.
You come into Grownman.
She like, I don't walk in, they talking about saran wrap. She like, I don't know if I'm gonna be a part of this saran wrap.
Grownman Coversations.
Nobody using no saran wrap. That's country. That's country.
I've heard of it before. I bet you if you Google it,
have you ever
you gonna see somebody with saran wrap getting head. How about that?
Have one of your past male relationships ever used saran wrap?
Absolutely.
And what do you think of him if you came to bed with some saran wrap?
I would have thought it was crazy.
All right,
it happened, but I've seen it before. So that's
but you see it.
Yeah. See? DJ Tab DiBiase knows about it.
I saw the movie.
Booty call, and he wrapped himself up. Don't listen to him.
Oh, the whole body. Now, you don't do the whole body.
Use some damn saran wrap and suffocate Bruce. You been done died trying to have sex because you can't breathe.
You just put it on the parts you want to lick.
You gotta cut the holes out in the nose.
No, you don't circulate. You don't wrap them up in it. You just lay the wrap on top of the part you want to kiss. That's it.
That's why they got dental dams.
No, you didn't say it's a plastic piece.
Right. Okay, the sex talk, I see.
That thing hot.
With the age, it's an age to it.
Yeah.
A lot of people more lenient, I see, with the guys and the females.
Yeah, and why is that? That's a double standard.
Why are you more aggressive with women? Women have a greater responsibility. Your daughter has a greater responsibility. She is the closest thing on the face of this earth to God. She can give life.
True.
Men can't do that.
True.
So she born with the world on her shoulders. She's responsible for the moral fabric of the country. Show me a nation and you don't have a smart woman. I'll show you a nation where the whole nation as a whole is not smart. The women control the pulse of the world and the country. So the information that you give a woman is going to be more aligned and it's more different than what you give to a man. It should be out of the same mindset of God, but a lot of times it's a different set of blueprint and a different set of instructions.
So I agree with that, but I brought that up because the double standard aspect. I actually just watched the other night. It was Uncensored, I think it was, and it was Adina Howard. And I got a closer snapshot of her than I have ever gotten before. And realizing that we see now the Nicki Minaj's, the Cardi B's, the Rihanna's, even the Beyonce's for that matter, the Little Kims. Adina Howard was the first female woman who came out and sexually embraced who she was and came at the men how the men come at the women. Like she gave an example, basically, the song Freak Like Me. She said, as you notice, I wasn't saying that I'm a freak and man, you need to come to me. I was saying, I'm a freak and I need a freak like me. I'm gonna choose you. And if you're not chosen, then that means I'm not doing you. And she went on to say that a lot of times that made people think that she was very promiscuous. And she said, yes, I am a freak, but I'm a freak with who I choose to be a freak with. I'm not a freak with everybody. And I'm comfortable and I'm good with my sexuality, so why should I hide that? When you see a man and he wants to strut his stuff or do something in a sexual matter, it's all, ooh, he's sexy. But then when a woman does that, what's the double standard? And I say that to say that sometimes a woman who may be highly sexual or have a high sex drive or have very imaginative thoughts or either very, you know, expressive with her body doesn't mean that she's having sex with everybody. That might just be something that she's doing within that moment. So then why is that a double standard? Because Adina was smart about it. And when you heard her talking to her interview, she was very articulate. She knew what she was doing. She charted. She went up the charts and she set the path. Because before her, think of, you know, I'm sure we can think of other people, but as far as on the R&B scene, they kind of compared her to the female R. Kelly. Who else opened up that door? She opened it. And now we see it wide open and we accept it. So that's kind of a double standard to me with the sex piece of it.
Well, the sex is always going to be a double standard, but look where you stay. Stay in the United States. And the United States will make you feel bad about sexuality unless it's done a certain kind of way. The Christian religion make you feel so bad about trying to do anything sexual. You damn near believe you're going to hell if you do anything. So if you go to Europe, you'll see
what you pay.
Sexuality is totally different. The country is totally different on how they view it and how they talk about it. You come over here, it's like a secret that you got tied up. And it's like a dirty little secret in the United States. So that all depends on the instruction, where you bring in the instruction from. We all should be bringing that instruction from a place of a godly mindset. But unfortunately, because of the images on television and a lot of things that goes on in the media and what we condemn to be reality versus made up, that's how it comes out in sex.
Right.
And if you've had some traumatic experiences growing up or in your childhood, that's going to come out when you explain sex too. It all comes together.
Right.
So basically it boils down to do that which you can't, do that which your conscience can stand when it comes to talking about sex. All right? That's basically it. Drinking. How do you handle drinking with your kids? Do you just tell them you can't drink nothing till you're 21? Do you tell them if you're going to drink early, I'd rather you do it with me than out there with somebody? Or do you just be like, ain't no drinking, period, no alcohol, period, you don't need it?
What do you say? We need some feedback from the audience.
How do we do that? How do we deal with that? When we go for sex, now we're going to alcohol. Speaking of alcohol.
Yeah, speaking of that. Sheena
acted like that.
Okay, right, y'all.
How do we handle that?
D. Glenn had a comment.
About drinking. Go ahead, D. Glenn.
Kind of rewind a little bit. Back to the sex. My son is 13. Okay. I'm going to get to the drinking. My son is 13. His dad started having sex when he was 12. So I started having that talk with my son early. So around 12, I was asking him like every week, you did it yet? You did it yet? He's like, Mom! So I had to stop having that talk and we just have it regular. Now drinking, like I said, he's 13 and he is curious and Mom does have a little sip or two. And if he asks to have a taste while we're together, I'll let him taste it. But he had an experience early on when he was much, much younger to kind of like, you know, through his thought as far as alcohol, not wanting it at all. But if he's with me and we're out, I'll let him have a sip, but I let him know you're not grown. This is grown people juice. Right. You know, so he knows what alcohol is. He knows not to do it at that age. You know what I mean? So, yeah. But he does take a sip when he's with me.
All right, clap it up, y'all. Justin, you almost had a little experience. Well, not almost. You had an experience like that at the Bobcat game. He used to dance at the Bobcat games, and I have ordered a Jack. At that time, it was Hennessy and ginger ale. I wasn't even drinking Jack Honey because it wasn't out yet. And it was Hennessy and ginger ale, and he thought it was ginger ale because all he heard was ginger ale. And so he was dancing, and I wasn't even paying attention, and he got thirsty, and he took a big gulp of the Hennessy and ginger ale. And how old were you?
I was like 5.
And all of a sudden, my baby went from moving to like sluggish, and I was like, oh Lord, what's wrong with him? Like, Tom, what's wrong with him?
When I tell you I was so tipsy, I didn't know what was going on. I started wobbling too much. I'm like, what did I drink? What, Mom, did I have your drink? She's like, yes. I'm like, oh.
And so yeah, that was an experience. And he never wanted anything else to drink after that. Like, he really doesn't like alcohol. And the times that he has tasted it was with us. So clap it up.
Okay, clap that up. Who's cool as a parent with drinking with your kid? Who cool with drinking with your kid? Put your hand up if you're cool with drinking with your kid.
Bruce, I saw your hand go up. Was that you? Yeah, but not at 5, but you cool with it.
When do you start? You cool with it? At 5?
Right.
Do you feel good about letting him turn it by itself? Turn him loose and go drink? Or do you have to supervise? You feel that you have to supervise?
Yeah.
How many people in here are not gonna let their kids drink till they get 21?
In my presence.
Me.
Oh.
In your presence?
Scotty P.
Give the microphone.
All right.
Scotty P, what you say? In your presence?
I got girls. I got 2 girls, and until they're 21, they cannot drink in my presence. Now I have a 19-year-old. I know she's been drinking for a long time. I didn't have nothing to do with it. I don't think her mama had anything to do with it, but she did drink. But in my presence, until she's 21, she cannot have a drink in my presence.
Okay.
All right. Appreciate you coming. Thank you.
Appreciate you, fam. Come back through, man. Come back through and post up, baby.
I drink and smoke with him. I don't even smoke.
But you'll drink and smoke with him? Who over there clapping?
You know who that is over there.
Shannon.
Well, that's funny, because it seems like they go hand in hand. Like, when is it cool to smoke weed with your kid?
Right. Or is it?
Anybody?
When they say, Mom, you want to get it?
When they say what?
When they say, Mom, you want to get it?
Good
It's like the
gracious.
horses are off the line.
But that doesn't make you feel, that doesn't make you feel fine.
That's building.
That's not building.
That's building.
I can't let them see me smoke and smoke with them. Things becoming things.
Anyway, so. I say, no, you should.
That's the difference between, like, he know I have sex, because he know he came here. But he ain't never seen me and his daddy actually do it.
Well, you don't know. You got to ask about that. He done ran up in there a couple of times.
Yeah, but when
He was like, look at this. Lord!
That's a whole different story.
no, he didn't know what was going on at the time. That time that he woke up and saw he was only a couple,
Okay, so we're talking about the drug aspect. And that's what we started at, on the weed. You do that with your kid? Because some of us just said, if they drink in my presence, that's cool. What about if they smoke in your presence?
Right.
Is that cool? Brother Jay?
Brother Jay.
I had a friend of mine, I was like in it was like culture shock. My man was growing guns with his mom.
What?
Yeah, they were growing guns together.
Oh, you talking about shotgun?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about shooting at a range or some shit.
Oh,
Wow, clap on that.
Clap. See, that's too close for me. I don't want to smoke weed with my son or indulge in anything like that.
I don't see myself blowing no guns with my son. That's too much.
Yeah.
But what about this angle? If they know, then what you hide? If they know, then what you hide?
Right. And are you hiding? All right, Shannon.
When I was raising my kids, I brought my kids up on the beach on a little island, and it was a very small island with only 2,000 locals that lived there year round. and they were in a higher socioeconomic bracket. And those kids on the island had exposure to all sorts of drugs. They were selling their ADD Adderall in school, and I mean, they were on heroin, and the little, like, they had exposure to everything. So for years, I would beat my kids, ground them, call the police on them, take all their stuff away. You know, the war against drugs in my house was real. Like, we was going at it. Until finally it got to the point where, like, oh y'all, it just ain't gonna stop. So how do we make it so you don't catch charges? How do we make it so, since I can't stop you, I can beat you, put you on probation, since you gonna do it any damn way, how can I make sure you don't ruin your life, your chances at going to college, you know, any hope for financial aid? How can I, if you're gonna do it, how can we do this in somewhat of a responsible manner so that while you're going through this phase in your life, it doesn't hurt you forever?
That's a good question.
You understand? And that opened up, okay, well, I know the plug because I know he ain't got nothing in his stuff. Or, you know, if you do it, it's going to be in this room. You just, because you can be the meanest, strictest person in the world, and I have 5, and I'm going to tell everybody in this room something. People, once they start able to, when they think they're able to think on their own, ain't a damn thing to stop nobody from doing anything they think they want to do.
Listen.
Nothing.
Clap it up, y'all. Clap it up.
And we ask that you do please keep your conversation down.
That's a touchy subject.
Just so, since we are recording, we can hear that feedback, and we want to make sure that everyone who is giving feedback is heard. So
I think it's backwards stuff. I was coming up the stairs one night, and what was that? That was a quarter bag. Quarter bag of Kush fell out my back pocket.
Uh-oh.
And it fell on the steps. And my son was behind me. And he picked it up.
Yeah.
And I thought I had dropped my car keys. So he was like, Dad, you dropped something. So I turned around, I was like, yeah, give him my keys. Room dude, he handed me that bag of Kush. And me and him just sat there and looked at each other on the stairs it's awkward as hell, but what do I say? And he was looking at me like, damn, Dad, what do I say? Right. So I said, well, give it here. And then I went in my room. Right. So it's awkward, but it goes back to the question, what are you hiding? Right. Does it make you feel better to know that they may know what you may do, but they don't see you doing it? Is that your comfort level? I'm asking the parents.
I think it is.
Is that your comfort level?
I got a real major question.
Hold on a minute.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Hold on a minute. Hold on, Mom. Hold on. Is that your major comfort level? Knowing that your children or your kids know what you do, or they may know of it, but they don't see you do it?
That's my comfort level. I'm going to speak on me, yeah. Because I know that Justice is aware of certain things we do. And I know he's aware that we smoke.
No we in it. You talking about yourself.
He is aware. You dropped the bag with weed in front of.
I did that. Now you talking about what weed? You.
Because if you had weed.
Ain't no weed.
Then that ain't.
Trying to get everybody locked up. I'm going to tell what we do. What you do.
Yeah, so I'd rather him not see me do that. You know what I mean? It's kind of course, if he knows it, he's grown, if he smelt it before, I can't, do anything to negate that now. But I would rather him not physically see me do it.
I go to the microwave and put my L's in the microwave. Because I don't like to put no lighter to make them close up. I'm old school. Put it in the microwave 10 seconds. I used to go down to the kitchen and I would notice Justice. Every time I go down the kitchen, I don't give a damn what he doing. He got to come to the kitchen. And I'll be like, man, and I'll be like waiting for him to get something out the pantry and go. And then I started realizing when you put it in for 10 seconds, it smells up the kitchen. So you get that smell. Then he started putting 2 and 2 together. And he ain't slick. He just respectful. He just respectful enough not to say nothing.
Right.
But he ain't slick, because I used to change t-shirts. I would go smoke in one t-shirt and then put on another one with some cologne and try to throw them off. But now I'm like the same damn t-shirt, you understand? Same, I'm not hiding or running from you. You just understand what's going on, and as long as you respect it, me and you good. The boy came in the room one night, and this is what he said at 19 years old. He said, "Mom, I know you and Dad smoke weed." He said, "But that don't take nothing away from the kind of parents that you are." He said, so because y'all do that, that is not a major influence on what I do because of the kind of parents you are. That made me feel so good.
Me too.
That I went right to the bathroom and rolled me one and said, "This is the shit. This is why I'm a parent for the accolades." Okay? So I can appreciate that. Now I'm gonna ask one more time. It don't have to be drugs. It could be alcohol. It could be sex. It could be driving the car. It could be anything. Do you have a comfort level that you tell yourself where he may know or she may know what I'm doing, but they don't see it? Does that make you feel better about what you're doing? Somebody else got to answer that besides myself. Come on, Mama, you got your head down. She ain't gonna answer. She hadn't shot. Hold on.
My kids know, but yeah, I think there was a certain comfort level where I didn't do it in front of them, and they didn't do it in front of me.
Okay.
They kept their grades up, they were good.
That was a compromise. She said her kids knew, but it was a respect level. They kept their goddamn grades up, mind the business. Let Mama do what she do, y'all do what y'all do. Don't do it in front of me, that's disrespectful.
Right.
Now I gotta ask the question. Because a lot of us are parents in here. How many parents in here smoke weed? Raise your hand.
Don't be pointing at me.
All right. I'm gonna ask one more time, because look at Scotty P. Scotty P, pay attention to the question. Your hand should go on. Now I'm asking one more time, your hand should be in the air. How many parents smoke weed? Put your hands in the air.
Put your hands in the air.
Please. Hands up.
We all grown. This
all right, thank you, table, because I was waiting for somebody down there. I knew one hand was going to go up. Exactly. All right, I thought it was this gentleman right here on the end. But nah, it was, thank you, ma'am, for being truthful. Now, here goes the thing. Out of the parents who smoke weed, how many of us knowingly know that our kids know we smoke it? They just don't say nothing.
Yeah.
But all the time.
Okay, now, you had your hand up at the end.
Yeah, we're going to go back to you. We're coming back.
No. Good question. You smoke weed, but your kids know you smoke it?
Kids. Yeah, kids. Just one kid.
Oh, your kid knows you smoke it?
Yeah.
So what's the compromise?
That my husband doesn't know.
Snitches get stitches. That's what she told him one day. She said it out. She said, "Listen, stitches come to snitches." I know that's how she said it.
Oh, okay.
And scared the hell out of her. She wanted to tell Daddy. He wanted to tell her, "Go do it." So your husband don't know.
No.
How can you keep that away from your husband?
Just some things need the personal things, personal choice.
The smell.
All the time.
Right. Do you spray? You keep the smell away?
I don't know. I don't play that far ahead.
Your husband might know.
He might know. He's never.
And he just don't say nothing.
Right.
Okay. All right. Now, how do you feel about your kids smoking weed? I'm sorry. I'm about to buy you another drink.
You can buy some. You can totally do that.
You gotta ask my wife first. I say no shit like that all the way. I like him. Listen.
Grownman Coversations.
So, would you feel awkward if you kids smoke weed in front of you?
No.
You would?
No.
Nice. Y'all clap it up. Y'all say what's up?
Christine. Yes, Christine in the building.
Real name is Christine. Okay, and what is your name? Y'all say hello to Kuba. That's great.
And what is your name?
Kaylee.
Y'all say what's up to Kaylee. trouble. What's your name, sir? I thought you was gonna raise your hand about the weed. I said, I know he's going. Zach. Y'all say what's up to Zach.
Zach in the building.
Y'all say what's up to Zach, baby.
You guys are a part of Grownman Conversations, so we do this every Tuesday night here at Sports Morning.
So we got sex out the way.
Yeah.
We had drugs out the way.
Yeah.
We got alcohol out the way.
Yeah.
What's the last one? Money. What are we telling our kids about money? Because I'm going to tell you something. Me and my family going through something right now. And my little 9-year-old on the way to school this morning, he said, hey, Dad, so you think we'll be able to get that Nintendo DS? And I said, do you not exceed on money that your daddy is dropping around right now to make this family happy? And I said, so you mean I got your Nintendo in storage, I can go get that? He said, no. Talking about the new Nintendo from GameStop.
Oh, no.
He think that money, he think it's like a money machine. Because he ain't never came and said, Dad, can I, and he don't do big stuff. And he ain't never got to, nah, I ain't doing that. So that's what this 20-year-old down here, same thing. Hey Dad, the new Jordans come out, that'd be nice for my birthday. What they running? $220. I ain't spending no $200 on no sneakers, that's stupid. What did he get for his birthday?
The Jordans.
The sneakers.
Right.
Because I'm a dummy, okay? Because I'm a dummy, and I'm sentimental. But look, what are we teaching our kids about money? My parents never told me about stocks, real estate, entrepreneurship. My mom was a single black parent, and the only thing she told me was save money for a rainy day. You don't want to keep saving money for the rainy day, and the rainy day is your funeral. So I'm asking, what are we teaching our kids about money? This is a highly competitive society. They have 2,000 black people. If you had the best way for you to save or make money, what would you do? Invest or get a scratch off? 67% says scratch off.
Now come on now.
What are you telling your kids about money? Because it ain't funny.
Right.
It ain't funny because everybody else got a 400-year head start on you. What you telling your kids about money? Every kid can't hustle. Every kid ain't got a good jump shot. Every kid can't run a 4.240. So instead of telling them to run on the field, is anybody telling them to be an executive where they can own the team on the field?
Right, own the field.
Anybody? Anybody take your kids to the bank so they can sit there and see you making transactions and they can understand what the transaction is? See, this ain't alcohol. 5 years old, you should have his ass over that counter looking at so he can ask you, is that a checking deposit?
Yep.
That's what we got going on here. Is you taking your kid to the car dealership when you get your income tax check return and putting that 30-day tag on your car, or is you taking your kid down there to the bank showing them transcripts of what your debt looked like and showing them how to take adequate money, which is extra money that you didn't know was coming in, and apply it to the debt so you can knock that down, or is you riding around in a new Chrysler 300 with the same debt you had before you bought the car? What are we telling our children about money? You can drink alcohol all night at the club. You can't drink this one off. See, we can joke about the weed. We can joke about the alcohol. We can even make money jokes about the sex. Finance?
It's real.
What you plan on leaving your children? A house that ain't paid off? 2 cars where you was stunting that ain't paid off? $1,500 in a checking account? No life insurance?
No funeral insurance?
No burial insurance? That's what you plan on leaving? Because you look good when you're alive above ground. But you ain't planning for shit when you go underground. And you're being selfish. Because your kids ain't asked for that. Sitting there in the funeral crying. You think they're crying because they love you. They crying because all they got damn debt daddy left. What are we telling our kids about finance? Please don't get quiet now.
Y'all listen up.
This ain't the one to get quiet on here. This the one to talk.
Let's talk about
what
it.
What are we telling our kids about finance?
We got faith back.
Faith, hope, and charity.
I was really just trying to be listening and learning, but on my part, I have a different perspective.
Okay.
Because one, I'm an immigrant coming from Asia.
All right.
And I came here with a mindset because my parents.
Listen.
both my parents are entrepreneurs. So I grew up at a very young age learning these skills. Like we used to go to trade shows. I think I was 5 years old at 3 a.m. You know, of course I wasn't working with it, but I would see the store and I'd set it up, and so they hustled like that. You know, it wasn't just doing the small stuff. I mean, they were thinking outside of the box. But I think that's just coming from an Asian mentality. Mm-hmm. Obviously, look at China, right? Although I'm not Chinese, but that part of the world, they train you to take big risks. Yeah, really, really big risks, and they train you early. So on my part, that's kind of the way I've always tried to bring up my son is. You learn the skills when you're young. I mean, go get a job and like educate yourself through different jobs. But at the end of the day, you've got to be your own boss. You can't be working for somebody forever and ever and ever. Right. You know, like even watching you guys doing this, I love it. I love it because you're monopolizing on your talent, but you're doing it for yourself, your family. Like I love watching you do your families. So congratulations.
Thank you, Faye. Y'all give it up for Faye. Thank you.
One of the things she said though was her parents would take her to these trade shows. She would see them hustle.
And that's culture.
She came up in a different mindset where in her culture they were seasoned to take big risks at an early age. We have a lot of businesses. Do you bring your kids to your business? I'm just asking now. Anybody can answer. Do you bring your kids to your business? Do you let your kids hang out at your business, see what you're doing?
Do they know what you do, right?
Do they know what you do? Do they know how you do it? Because I took Justice to them comedy shows.
Listen up, y'all.
Top to bottom. You need to see what your daddy do. 4 times on the weekend. Set up that sock table. Run through these socks. Do all of this right here. Come back home and do it all over again. And he saw it in a game. He saw it in a game, but he understood what we were doing it for. That's the same reason he want to leave the house now.
Right.
Because he want to go chase his dream.
Yeah.
And he want to go get that dream. What are we telling our kids about finance?
Let's get one more comment before we wrap it up and then see what kind of businesses are.
Tab, you're a DJ. A successful DJ, and you have different businesses that you run. What do you tell your kid about finances?
You gotta hold it.
Hold it till when?
Till you need it.
So that's that, don't be out there just spending wildly mentality, right? Okay. No stupid shit.
Don't compete with the Joneses.
Don't compete with the Joneses.
I got somebody I want to ask.
You hear that, Justice?
Yeah.
You're not Justice. You're
yeah, but I heard that.
Bruce.
Yeah. Financier, tax man here in the building. So I don't know. A man in finance.
Okay.
How about that? A financier.
Okay. Don't raise the roof. Don't raise the roof.
So I'm sure he can give us some really good insight on what we give our children, what we say to our children about finances. And listen up, y'all, please. Remember, we're filming, so your conversation is picked up on the back end.
I definitely think it's important to have the conversations with your kids about the importance of money, understanding money. I know that my son personally, he's in a different situation than what I was brought up in. And that's relatively new to me because it's learning on the job. The thing that we make sure that he understands is that nothing in life comes free.
Right.
And the importance of having something. So every time he get a toy, he has to give away a toy. Every time he gets $1, he has to take 25 cents of that $1 and he keep that for himself. And then the rest of it he saves. So it's we try to make it simple math for him, but at the same time him understanding that every dollar you can't spend. He is very much spoiled, but I think that I don't have a problem with spoiling a child as long as they got the discipline that goes along with it. As far as the personal finance part of it, it's definitely a conversation that needs to be had, but it's not just the kids that the conversation needs to be had with, it's the adults.
Yes, sir.
It's generations that's passed down. From a taxation standpoint, we usually follow the practices of our parents.
True.
And if they don't have good practices as far as from a financial standpoint or a taxation standpoint, then typically we're not going to have it either. So it's a learning curve for everybody that's involved. The more that we understand our personal finances, it just becomes second nature to the next generation that follows.
Y'all clap it up.
Clap it up for that.
Clap it up.
Great feedback. Great.
Hey, Yolanda.
Yes.
It's a question that came off of Bruce's comment. He said his son was spoiled. Real quick before we get out of here, what is spoiled? I want to see it to mean the same thing in 2019. What does it mean when they say you spoil your kid? That's my dream. Yeah, it is. It most certainly is, man. What does it mean to spoil your kid? What does that mean? What does it mean?
Well, to me, I think it's just giving your kids any and everything they ask for, whether they earned it, whether they deserved it, whether they, just because they asked for it, and just because you're financially able to just give them things, regardless of how they behave, what they're doing in school. To me, that's it.
So because you can do it, you do it, right?
Clap, clap. Clap it up.
What's spoiled in 2019? What's spoiled your kid? Boy, that food look good right there. What's it? Grownman Coversations. Oh, put the camera on this.
Right. Look what they got here at sports.
And she done cut that like she knew I was sitting there. You go ahead, somebody give me a napkin.
Right.
Give me a paper plate. I don't need no real plate. Somebody give me a paper plate.
I know that's right. What a little force.
We got some Tupperware in their purse from their job. You done bought it from the cubicle. Or some aluminum foil. Give me some aluminum foil. No? Okay then. Nobody want to talk to me? Good.
What did Tab say? Did you get his feedback? Oh, you got his feedback.
Tab got wings. I don't want his feedback. No, Tab did his feedback.
Feedback on what?
What was spoiled?
Oh.
She said you go to see.
And then we got a comment back here too.
What's spoiled, Scotty P?
I personally don't think that spoiling has anything to do with finances. I think spoiling has to do with anything you give your kids as an excess is not a reflection of the real world. You can spoil them too much love. Too much love, you can spoil them. Too much money, too much, education. You can spoil your kid to a degree that they don't realize what really goes on. Not what that's doing.
All right, y'all clap it up. Get a comment.
Y'all leaving?
All right.
Let us know if y'all want to smoke in the parking lot. We'll be out there.
Grownman Comedy YouTube page.
We'll be right out there. It's not funny.
Yeah. Right.
No, it's not. Yeah, they're going to smoke. They're going to be right there. She said we ain't leaving. So we ain't going.
Right, they're going to smoke it up.
I said we ain't going. So that's what spoiled is?
Yeah.
Can adults be spoiled?
Absolutely.
Can you spoil your husband or your wife?
Yeah.
How so? How many examples you got?
I don't think that I'm spoiled. I think the things that you do, I really don't. I think the things that you do for me,
help your daddy out.
I am not spoiled. Because I feel like when you're spoiled, you're not reciprocating that love back, or you're not reciprocating back to that individual who is treating you good or doing extra for you or bending their back for you.
Talking that Gucci bag shit the other week. Yeah.
That wasn't spoiled, that was a deserving gift that I deserved to get. That me and my
she deserved, right, but she just said she deserved to get it.
I did deserve to get that.
A $2,000 bag.
I couldn't take it back because the lady Yolanda told me in the Gucci store.
You better not
she
act
said
like.
If you take the bag, if you talk about, well, that's all right. Talk about it, you look cheap. No. So I was caught up because I was looking at the lady like, you got a small. But Yolanda wouldn't let me do it.
Don't even act surprised about the price either.
Step outside, I'll show you ass how cheap I am.
She told me $365 for that belt. I wanted to put that back. Yolanda was like, don't do it. Yolanda was in my ear like, don't you put that belt back.
Don't you put the belt. You didn't put it on the counter now.
All I want is the cologne. This is the only thing in here under $100. Yeah. That was my budget when I walked in the store. I didn't know about this $2,000 bag shit. And the buckle came off. I told you that last week, right? Yeah, the buckle came off the Louis bag. The real one. Remember I told you that? I got a knockoff. I ran to Delancey Street. Got that $45 job.
But let's recap a bit. We've had a great Grownman Conversations tonight, right?
Yeah.
We talked about a lot of different topics that dealt with the children.
Coming off what the kids say, is it like double standards, code words, things that you want to hide from your kid, life lessons that you expect them to learn? We broke down some questions we asked about alcohol. Would you drink with your kid? What's the age would you feel comfortable with your kid drinking without your supervision. We talked about sex. When is it too young to discuss that? Do your kids get pulled in with the images that they see on television and the talk in the media and the twerk videos? So how late is too late to talk to your kids about sex? And then we talked about finance. The finance. We also talked about the weed too. Oh yeah. The drugs. You smoke with your kid. Do you have a comfort zone or a comfort level knowing that they may know what you do, but they never seen you do it? And a lot of people said that they did. And then that moved into talking about finances. What are we telling our children about finances? Are we really preparing them for a future financially? And that spawned off when Bruce made a comment about finances, talked about his son being spoiled, and I just asked a quick question about what is spoiled in 2019. So tonight, I think we had a great time.
Full conversation.
We had some great energy in the room.
Yeah.
Full conversation, 360 degrees. Yeah. And I learned something.
What'd you learn?
I learned there's a different parenting method than when my mom was coming up. My mom was a single black parent, but ain't no way my mom would have drank with me. The only time my mom drank with me is New Year's, because that was the only time you was allowed to stay up late. Other than that, it was you going to bed. My mom was one of them moms that would tell you before you went to the club or before you went out, I don't care what time you get home, but you're going to wake up in the morning, you're going to go to church. So whether you're tired or whatever, you're going to church in the morning. That was my mom right there. It didn't matter, okay? So you go hang out, but you get up in the morning when I turn that light on, you know what it is. With the weed, I'd have been kicked out of the house.
Yeah, I would have been in the Betty Ford Clinic.
If I'd have tried something like that,
I had a real problem.
I mean, your parents was Jehovah's Witnesses, so you,
so it was
you
not
ain't stand
going
a
down
chance
at all.
You couldn't do it. So the finance, my mom told me what you heard Tab say, tell this kid you gotta hold on to it. My mom was like, it ain't that lavish spending, she didn't get that. It was always hold to a rainy day, or when you need it. My father was a little different. My father, he made $5,000 on Monday and gambled it away Monday night.
It's gone.
He don't care. He wake up Tuesday morning like, we can do it again. I just did it yesterday. So I think with the times that change, so does the philosophy on parenting. And the mentality. And the mentality. Because of some things that I said I wouldn't do, or let my son do. And then as soon as I had your first one, you're hard, and then your second one, you were soft. And he always says that. He always said, y'all let London slide.
Different with London than you were with me.
So, you know, I can tell you how times have changed for parenting. My parents would whip me with, it don't matter what they would whip me with. It didn't even matter. Whatever my mom could pick up, that's what you were getting a whipping with. And then if my mom said these words right here, I'm gonna tell you, Daddy. Oh, it was good. Dad used to put more fear in you than any other, because now your daddy gonna come down there. And my daddy didn't know how to stop whipping. So my daddy whipped my stepbrother till his nose started bleeding. Damn. That's how my dad would go in. And I remember Justice, I was doing the same thing, tearing Justice's ass up. And I remember one day Justice said, hey, do you think, this messed me up. Yeah. Justice said, do you think there's a more effective way?
The exact words.
He said that you could discipline
and he was probably like 9,
besides
8 or 9.
The baby.
Yeah, he wasn't even in the double digits yet.
So his mom was like, maybe we should listen to that. He thought it was child abuse. Yeah. And I was like, ain't no boy, you getting the belts? That's what you gonna get.
We actually had a family meeting.
Get them belts.
And he was like, no. He said, when you all whip me with the belt, I think of abuse. He said, what about say what you said.
The whole thing was, a lot of people that weren't my parents will always go like, your child is so well mannered. He's such a nice kid. He's really good. He's so and so. That's what they say. But when I'm with my parents, the littlest thing I would get a whooping for. And in my head, I'm like, okay, there's certain things I need to get a whooping for. But me leaving a fork in the sink doesn't, I shouldn't get a whooping for that.
Yes, you should.
Alright,
That's discipline.
leaving 2 forks in the sink. I shouldn't get a whooping for it.
You get your
Leaving
ass
the
whipped with 2
forks in
forks.
your room with crumbs on the food up under the bed. That was a whip.
Alright, well, take my story. So I was just like, I feel like when you guys whoop me, it's abuse. Because I don't feel like I should be getting whooped.
It's abuse without tearing your ass up.
Yeah, you was. You don't know how to aim.
I don't
Hit
need
my
to aim.
back, my legs.
I don't need to aim. All I need to do is
You don't know what
break a
abuse
shot.
is. Those whippings, like the Bible say, you spare the rod, you spoil the child. But those whippings got you to where people say,
I thought that verse
your
was
son is awesome. He's mannerable. What did I used to always tell you about manners?
Oh, they get you far?
I was like, Justice, if you don't do nothing but be nice, yes ma'am, no ma'am, open the door for people, have great manners, that's gonna get you so far. And so that's what we did it. But to you it was abuse, but it was definitely not no abuse.
You ain't do it.
I did pop him every now and then.
Crying after one little hit.
I did a little pop.
Yolanda come in the room, tears, eyes full, talking about, I couldn't do it. It hurt me more than it hurt. I said, you don't give me this damn belt. I go in there like a renegade. Pull your pants down. Just start holding on to the bed. I think we're going in a circle. And you know, I be talking to him while I'm hitting it. Don't come home with that bullshit. No more. Then I walk up out the room. Then he be like, I said, what you say? He be like, nothing. I be like, all right then.
It wasn't that bad.
Nah, you got popped though, Yolanda. And
he didn't get popped.
When he said about, you know, is it another method? I was like, all right, well, maybe he got a point. Maybe he got a point. But then, to me, it got worse. I would have took the physical beatings. Because now, I don't know what his mama did to him. But now, since you don't want the physical beating, now it's the mental beating. The repercussions, and you can't win. So, I don't know if he ever wanted to go back to beatings or spankings, because that mental spanking wear your ass out too is worse than that belt. You know what I mean? But we hadn't spanked him in years. And I'm afraid to spank his little brother because his brother liked the ass. 2 good whips. Okay? You might knock his hip out.
Knock the wind out of London.
He might have to get a hip replacement. Bruce, if I hit him the right way.
He's a comedian, y'all.
So I don't do that. And you can't whip your wife.
Oh no, you sure can't
Not
whip
even
me.
sexually. That little shit you be seeing on the little TV, you like, come here, girl. Let me hit you with this whip. Let's do this dominatrix shit.
No, boo.
Damn, 3 police calls be in your driveway. Can't hit no black woman with
Turn to the left real quick.
I tried to put duct tape on Yolanda mouth one night. She almost killed me.
I did.
Talking about let's role play. I said, well, you can't say nothing. I put that duct tape on about brother JG. Boy, I'm jumping.
I thought it was a real robber.
She tried to tell her. She kicked me, brother Jay. And I was like, it's me. She said, oh, well, I thought it was a real robber. So, thank y'all for coming out every Tuesday night.
Every Tuesday night.
We do this right here.
Sports One Show.
There is no right or wrong answer. Some people come out and they don't say nothing. That's cool too. We take that energy.
Yeah.
We take it however it comes because we realize as a whole and we don't talk a lot.
Yeah.
So we just trying to bring the conversation back, get to a point where you can see somebody and you don't start judging before you had a chance to say anything to them. And you can have some love in your heart and you can speak to somebody and you can mean it.
Yeah.
You can actually mean it, man. Tomorrow is National Good Samaritan Day. So if you hadn't done nothing good this year or last year, do something nice tomorrow for somebody where you don't have to get the credit for it.
And we're going to be a good Samaritan here right quick before we wrap up. We're just going to do a quick business spotlight, which is what we normally do at the end of Grownman Conversations. If you have a business, because we are here in a black-owned business, Peter Thomas, Sports One Charlotte, if you have a business and you want to shout your business out and let people know how to get to you, now's the time to do so.
I have a business.
What is your business?
Tonex, Grownman Comedy. Subscribe to the YouTube channel.
Yes.
Make sure you subscribe to my nephew's channel. To where the sign? I need a sign.
Yeah.
I'll go get it in a minute. Y'all gotta see the sign. He made a sign. Also, if you need your sock game, you already know what that is. Just holler at me. I'll ship them out to you. Ladies, I got a brand new order of them fishnets in. You need to holler at me. If you don't have a pair of fishnets in your repertoire,
you need them.
Then you missing. You missing out. Fishnets change the game. You could cook you could boil a hot dog in the kitchen with some fishnets on. I guarantee you.
It's gonna go down.
It's gonna go down when you got damn hot dog.
That wiener gonna be good.
You better go see that table. I got them fishnets. You might want to come get your pair. I'm trying to tell you what I know.
That Oscar Mayer wiener gonna be good. So again, any business
I'm a ball
spotlight?
Because I pluck when you cook it.
Alright, we got time to spotlight two businesses. If there's a business in the house that wants to get spotlighted right here, alright? Please say your name and your business and how people can reach you.
Yes, thank you. My name is Adrian Freeman.
Hey, Adrian.
Hey, Tom. I'm Mr. Freeman. Hi.
Damn hush.
And I just launched a podcast, and it's called The Elephant in the Room. It's a love letter to mental health. And it's on Power 104.4, but I also go live every Thursday night at 7 o'clock. And I just want people to tune in, and we can talk about mental health. We can break the stigmas. We can make it a conversation instead of just always listening and being heard. I tell you statistics. I go from A to Z for mental health. I'm giving you definitions. I'm having guests on just to make it conversational and not such a taboo in African American community. And again, that's Power 104.4, The Elephant in the Room, a love letter to mental health.
The elephant in the room.
Y'all clap it up. That's awesome. That's a great topic that actually is going to be a topic that we're going to be talking about real soon at Grownman Conversations. So thanks for bringing it up because mental health is very taboo in our community.
You're right, baby.
All right.
I didn't have none.
Was it somebody else that had a
D. Glenn got something.
comment?
D. Glenn got a business.
All right, D. Glenn.
Easy to Ride Auto.
Easy to Ride.
With the C and the number 2. Easy to Ride Auto. Take care of all your automobile needs.
Is that all? That's all
Easy to ride. Y'all heard it. Alright, and then last but not least, we got my nephew here, 34 and a half, dirty 34 and a half. Make sure you go follow his YouTube page. You see, he don't want no money, all he wants is followers. That's the same thing what we want for the Grownman Comedy channel. We don't want no money, just follow us, follow us.
I was downtown panhandling today. You gotta watch my YouTube channel to see the footage of people running away from me, thinking they want money. Me having to explain to them I only want a YouTube subscription. Hashtag sick jokes. Thank you.
Alright, y'all. We'll see you next Tuesday at Grownman Conversations.
Hold on, wait. She got this.
Oh, I'm sorry?
Son.
I'm sorry.
You better tell him about the damn soul.
What's your business?
Sitting over there acting like you don't do the damn soul.
Like she don't need no
Always
money.
exception to the rule.
Get on that bread, so
Hey everybody, I'm Sean. My business is Sun D Cleansing Cakes.
Yeah.
S-U-N.
Yeah.
D as a dog.
Yeah.
Cleansing Cakes.
Let them know.
I make handmade soaps, lotions, and body butters. Okay, good stuff.
Yeah.
And you can find me on Instagram at Sun D Cleansing Cakes.
Right.
Or on Facebook,
Okay.
Sun D Cleansing Cakes by Sean.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, baby.
Alright, y'all.
Yes, baby.
Now we're about to get that music popping with DJ Tab.
He's so sexy, Yolanda.
DBI. DJ Tab, DBI.
You do that, girl.
I'd like to thank Adrian for naming her podcast after me. Elephant in the room.
Oh, Lord.